are how logs that came from Moloa or Kolau, and they were unloaded about 3 days ago. And this is what I expect to get out of that. You see the purplish, the mauve, the black, the light gray. It looks like the texture of Okinawan sweet potato. You know, we have different things that we look for. I look for beauty in wood. I'm self-taught. I was born and raised in Kapahi. There I had to grow up with my dad. We did not have electricity, nor did we have any cars. Everything I needed, I had to carve out of wood, and generally the wood that I used was how, because it was plentiful there. This is a piece of super curly core. This piece is unfinished. It has nothing on it, it's just polished. If you have a curly piece, it's a superb, superior piece of wood. And this is my best piece I've got. This is the finest I've ever seen. This piece gave me nothing but trouble. At least that's what I thought at first. And this was titled Adversity. It's funny, a good idea came to mind, and something told me to stitch this thing. So I stitched that thing. But it took me a lot of time to find the proper stitching. I tried colored thread. I even pulled the tail off my gray horse, which is white. Finally, I ended up with this stitching material, fiber from the hau tree, and it worked out well. And today, after about 20 years later, people are beginning to stitch their work. I'm kind of proud of this piece because we finally became friends, and it's one of my outstanding pieces. It's funny how your mind goes back to your past, and I remember a long time ago there was a Filipino man, and his face was all pockmarked, and although he had very handsome features, because of the condition of his skin, he felt he was ruined. This is a piece of camphor bowl. I kind of duplicated his outer facial conditions, and inside I made it smooth, indicating the inside of this man. He was such a fine, kind person, and yet his exterior was rough like this. I'm at a stage where I'm hand sanding this thing. The hand can do a better job than any machinery. This is a piece of Milo wood. I've been working with this thing for over 60 years. And we've gotten to be very good friends. I know it may sound crazy, but it's a friendly wood. Now, some people will use machine-powered sanding equipment to do this, but the hand sanding is the only way you can get this thing finished. One of the biggest problems that I run into is the fact that a lot of time when I'm working on a piece like this, I run into a grain that has such beautiful color and texture that I stop my work and I spend lots and lots of time admiring the beauty of the grain. And what I see in this thing is something that I'm the first in the world to see. And in a way, I make a discovery that it's rare, that's beautiful. But it doesn't change once it's finished. It stays preserved in the bowl, and people can enjoy seeing it for the rest of their lives. My pieces are all what we call unfinished pieces. They do not have any lacquer, oil, varnish, veritane, or anything on it. It has no top coating on it. The wood is polished to a sheen where all the beauty of the wood comes out. You have to sand and sand, and in some cases I've noticed a kind of real bright spot there in the wood, and when I touch it, God, it happened to be my blood bleeding out of my fingers from sanding my skin off my hand. And when I look at it, God, I think that's beautiful color, but it was my blood. You want to do justice to the wood, and you want to make it so that the wood will stand up and say, look at me, I'm beautiful.